Okay, good afternoon. Here we go. This is going to be our first card that we make today. And it's this card, which is pretty simple. It's just pretty much just layering it all together and coloring it. So let's get started. This is what's going to come in your kit. You'll get the water. You'll get the sand. You'll get, this is to cut out your cat tail grass. This is to cut out your little blue fish. This you're going to stamp on for your hat, your basket, your fly, I think they call this, and for your fish. So you're going to stamp on here. There's your clouds, and then there's your card base. So, with the magic of the internet and videotaping, let's just say this is the one you're going to get, but you're going to stamp it just like that. And then your little green piece that you have here, you're going to, magic, you're going to cut out your little cattail. And your little blue piece, you're going to use just your small fish die on that. So, I'll do a little bit of coloring here, which my basket, I love these blends. This is dark crumb cake, which actually I wanted light crumb cake, so let's grab the light crumb cake, which, that's not it. Did I say that was? Well, we're going to use this one. So, very easy peasy, just color in your basket. Which this one I see is a little bit darker, but I did use light crumb cake on this. I just didn't see it right there, so we'll just make our basket a little bit darker, which will work fine too. So, and then if you want to take a little bit to give it a little bit of contrast there, let's make this a little bit darker. Maybe a little darker down here. I'm not the best colorer, but you know what? I think you get the gist, right? And then I'll take this one back. I kind of like this light. Oh, that's not the light I wanted. Well, we're really mixing this one up a little bit. No problem. Just as long as the card matches is what's good, right? And let's see. Why is it when you're getting ready, when you're doing a video, you can't find things that you know are right there? Oh, and here's the light crumb cake, which when I was looking at it, to me it looked gray. So I didn't think this was the one I was looking for. But as it turns out, it was the one I was looking for. So, okay, and now let's do his hat. But let's do the hat a little bit. We'll do that crumb cake first. And then we'll do the dark crumb cake. Alrighty, and just a little shading there. Okay, and now let's move on over to the fish. And the fish we're going to use, well, let's start with this. If I would just look at them, you can see there's a brush on one end and there is a pointy end, but I always open this end without looking, and then I have to get the other end. This one is light calypso coral. So let's put a little bit of that on his face here, just to give the fish a little color. Let's put a little bit there. And then we'll get a little bit of this green. Let's put a little bit of that over here. A little bit up here. And you know, this is one of those where you just color it whatever way you think is going to be the best way for you. And then if we take, this is light granny apple green, and now we're going to use the dark granny apple green, and I'm just going to put a little, just a little contrast in there. So, it's our little guy. Okay. And then I did take, I don't know, let's use this one. Let's use this guy. And then just do your fins, and rather than boring you to death, I'm not gonna like get too into this coloring here. So you can kind of just do your coloring how you think you want it. So there we go. That's good enough for now. I should have been working on this little guy because I kind of want to put a little, I just want to put a little color into this one, but mainly go with the greens on this. So let's kind of do the greens. Yeah, let's, because I think these, I think they're called flies. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they're called. So I just wanted to put a little color into that, so when it's laying on the, behind the basket. So, but I do want to show you on these little cattails. What I did on this was, you're going to want to color your little cattails up here. So use a brown on those, and you know, use whatever coloring method you like the best, whether it be pencils or blends or what have you. And then what I did with this one that I kind of liked, instead of just leaving it plain like this, I kind of liked and made some little wispy, you know, kind of like grass blades coming up. See how? So you just have to put a few in there, not a whole lot. And that will give you a little more depth to the card, and that's kind of what I liked. So you, so this is basically it. And then, you know, you have your dies. So let's cut those out real quick. This fish die, I do want to show you. I think this is pretty interesting that, see here, You have this and you have this. And what it actually does is it cuts these out so you have a little bit of dimension to it. So let's go ahead and run this through our machine real quick. And you do, the other thing when you do this, you do want to space out your stamps. So that way when you go to the machine, look, you're only going to have to go to that machine once. Because you are going to be able to cut it all out at the same time. So, give me a second and I will run this through the machine really quickly. Let's do this one so it's behind me. So, and of course they all had to move on the machine, so it's going to take me a second, but I'm talking so you know I'm still here, still around. Oh, why does it not want to work for you when because we're doing the video? Apparently it doesn't want me to be so easy for me. Okay, so with the magic of the camera and already having a couple pieces cut out, here we go. I have to color that one though, because as you see, I hadn't already colored that one. So there's our little setup. Let me just color him real quick. We gave him a little bit of this color in here, not much. And then we did the brown. Okay. And then we brought in a little green and did the green. Yeah, there we go. And because of the magic of already cutting these out before, you will notice that this one's a little shinier. I used Wink of Stella on there, so I'm not sure if you can really see that, but it does have a little bit of a shine. And remember these things I told you about? See how they just give it a little more dimension, so you can kind of pop those things up a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your card base, which is this, and then what I did was I took my water and I actually layered it down here. So you're going to kind of get a thicker base on this, which I kind of like because then it makes the card a little sturdier. So I do love the tear and tape. So I'm going to use the tear and tape here. Put a couple pieces on. I always make a Z. I like to make a Z. I might have a little Zorro in me or something, but I do that. And then this is our I don't know what it's called. It's a pokey tool. I put these little things on there so that when I'm in a class with someone else, I can grab mine right away. It's just a little piece of vinyl, just to kind of identify that that's mine. And then take this off, and I just like to make sure my edges, if I have any extra tape over there, I just kind of push it in and that piece stuck to me there. So now let's just put this on here. Yeah. You know what? When you're on camera, it's a little bit harder. And I don't know if you notice how I just did that. I find that that's actually easier if you stand your card up. So there we go. There's your water on your card. And now we're going to take our sand. But before you put your sand down, you actually want to put your grass in there. So if you just kind of eyeball where you want to put it, okay, and then take it from the back. What I like to do is go like this with my tear tape. So my tear tape is holding it there. And then when I go to put it on here, it's already in the spot I wanted, and you have your tear tape on it. So now, same thing, like I said, I kind of like to do this to get it even. I probably would have stamped on this first had I remembered, but I didn't remember. So we will stamp on there now. So, and I forgot to bring out that ink for there. I am going to apologize. I'm not showing you the ink because it's not a Stampin' Up! Ink. I don't have a brown. I just realized, so I'm not going to show you my ink, but I would be using probably a crumb cake on here. So let's stamp that on there. Yeah, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. And then also in this stamp set, which you all know we're using the Best Catch because that's what you purchased. And in here there's this little bit of, it looks like sand. So we are going to just pop some of that little sand around the card. Yeah, let's put some over there. And there we go. I think that's good. I think that's enough. So we did that. Now we're going to take our little fish. I did pop him up and I kind of set him behind some of the cattails there. Now you'll notice on this card, and this is your option to do. I didn't do it on here because I wanted you to see you can do it either way. This one, if you notice, I die cut the fish, but I also took my scissors and cut off the little extra white, just because I kind of liked it better that way, but I wanted you to be able to see both ways. This I did pop up, so you can, oops, you can use your pop-ups, which we have the small and we have the bigger ones. Let me see, do I have one already? Oh, I guess I already used my other one up, so let's use this. So we're going to pop up the fish. And when you put them on the back, you don't want to put it where your little pieces are sticking out. You want to kind of take another spot to put those in. So you just pop that up. And new fingers. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of pop him into here. And like I said, you can kind of put him in between your cat tails, or there we go. And I just noticed that we didn't put our clouds in there. I am going to tell you that these clouds is an old Stampin' Up! Punch. It was a tree, but it's like a perfect cloud. So if you do have that Stampin' Up! Punch that is the tree, and you didn't notice that, you actually have perfect clouds in that. So we'll put that one there, and then we'll put, well, if I can pick it up, then we'll put this one. We'll put this one right over here, I think. Yeah, there we go. So there's your clouds. And then I lost my basket. I am going to, I didn't die cut that very well, so I am going to just snip around it. So we will And actually, I knew that I didn't cut this one very well, but I wanted you to see that, you know what, if that happens to you, just snip around it. There you go. And you still got a cute little basket. Oh. Okay. So now the basket, you need to put this behind it. So you're gonna kind of set that like in here, kind of like that. There you go. And again, do the same technique that I showed you with the other one. Take your tear tape, hold it in the back, bring it down, and then you don't have to worry about putting a little dot of glue or, you know, trying to line it up again. Very easy. Easy peasy right there. Just do it that way and it'll work great. There we go. And it's kind of, oh, and I did this on my last one too. I forgot this little guy. This little fish needs to go in there before you put your basket down. So put a little glue on him, take your basket, and kind of see where you want him to come out of. And then, I think that looks good. So there we go. And then you're going to take a pop dot and we're going to use a little one on here so I can put two. So we'll put one on this side and we'll put one on this side. And then that will be it. Then you will actually be done with this card. And I know this was kind of a long video for one card, but it's my first one. So, yeah, kind of have to bear with me. So now let's put this hat right here. I do like that hat, the coloring better on that hat, but that's okay. So there we go. We've got both. These are the cards. So good luck with that one, and I will be back with the next card in just a little bit. I'll keep them there for a second so you can kind of look at them if you need to catch up a little bit. Here is my website. This is for the month of May, the order code, and this is my email if you wanted to email me. And like I said, you will have 2 more videos for the other 2 cards. Thank you and have a great day.